Hello there. Hey girl, hey, and hey guys too. This is Miss Tony here, and I am here to do my review on Ready to Love Season 5, Episode 10, and this one is Better Late Than Never. How about we better never late, okay? I didn't do a video or review on last week's episode because to me, it was just not interesting. It wasn't even worth my time. Even though I was really busy, I could have gotten into it and could have, put something together. But I thought I'd wait and see, what the outcome, how this one was going to be. And I was hoping and had my fingers crossed, and I know you guys did too, that this was going to be the end of this nonsense, because I'm just not seeing nobody ready to love. And I don't even understand at this point what's the criteria. What are we looking for? What are the people looking for? So in any event, here it goes, okay? All right. So buckle up, and we're going to talk about this. Now, first episode comes on, and of course we know last week, if you watched it last week, that they went out to this house, on the water, and Clifton and Joy, picked a room when they, were in the room together, and Tequila was surprised. Girl, please, you're not surprised. But anyway, I don't know, why you didn't see the signs, even though he was showing that he was somewhat interested in you, there still was no surprises because these two have been, together, okay? And then they get out, last week, of course, they're out at this, house, and of course, Tina doesn't show up. She's not there last week, and, and so it's just a lot of, just back and forth with Joy and Clifton and Tequila, feeling lost, and Sabrina trying to figure out what she want to do, with Tori, and Demetrius and Paul is, lost because he's looking for Tina, and everybody's looking for Tina, and I'm like, please go somewhere and sit down. Y'all grown, men looking for this young lady, and you're not looking for love, I don't know what it is that you're looking for, okay? But anyway, I don't want to get frustrated on that one because last week was just trash, as I'm concerned, okay, in my opinion. So anyway, we get to the new episode, and it opens up. Sabrina's in there talking. She's, they have Tori and Paul on the chopping block, and she's saying, that these guys, both of them kind of waited too late to really get started, and her and Tori, looked like they was going to work out, but they never could get on the right track, yada, yada, yada. So, Tori, the ladies, decided that Tori, was not ready to love, okay? And so once again, Paul is still there, assuming, playing like he's ready to love somebody, but who's ready to love him is my question, okay? But in any event, Tori's gone, and now we off to the running with 4 ladies and 4 men. So we have Sabrina, we have Joy, we have Tequila, and we have Carmen, okay? And then we have Clifton, Demetrius, Donovan, and Paul. So it's 4, men and 4 women. And I'm assuming that they are supposed to be, pick one another. Now, we already know Joy and Clifton have chosen each other. That's, that on that, okay? So anyway, this episode starts off, and let's see. In the house, Demetrius sits down. Well, him and Sabrina, they start talking about, what has happened, why they haven't, really got on the same page, why they haven't really, commenced this thing. They both, from day one, seems like they've been playing games, she was, like I told you before, she was chasing Demetrius while Tori was chasing her. So she lost Tori chasing Demetrius, and Demetrius said that, that he didn't want to go after her if he didn't think that if she was pursuing other things, which I'm not sure where Demetrius think he is he have he been up on a rock, because this was Ready to Love, and there were different people liking each other, and you were supposed to find out which one you were going to get on the right page. So I don't know what he was talking about when he said, he didn't want to really pursue her or give her his 100% attention, because she was interested in someone else, but he was interested in Tina and somebody else too. So I don't understand what Demetrius was talking about. It seemed like to me he was just rattling on and on. But anyway, so Sabrina and Demetrius seemed to try to get on one page, because who else she gonna get on the page with? I think she was interested in Donovan, but she kind of lost Donovan, because Donovan started chasing Tina, and then Cameron, of course, was chasing him, and I guess he was chasing her. So I don't know. But in any event, they talked about being proactive. Sabrina said that she really don't want to talk to him or, see him after the process is over. She needs to see his intentions, and he needs to be forthcoming now, because once the process is over, I guess she said it's too late. Okay? Because it is too late. I mean, you have time, shoot your shot, Demetrius. Do what you're going to do. Okay, so anyway, next we have... let's see, Donovan and Carmen. They talk, and they meeting, and they get all hot and spicy, of course, and they're in a hot tub, and they're sitting there, playing around with each other, and they just flirting and everything. I don't see anything to it, but it's two grown people, two adults, playing in a hot tub and flirting, so I feel like, he's only flirting with her because Tina's gone, and Sabrina's attention is somewhere else, and, she's an available choice. But I could be wrong. He could be interested in her, but I don't see it for it, okay? So, anyway, they talk about going, to the next level. Donovan is saying he could go to the next level with her, and she says, sounds real good, okay? Y'all tell me what y'all think about it down in the comments, because I don't think nothing about it. Anyway, Donovan said that he was connected to Tina and Sabrina, which he was, but he's doing all his, flirting and everything with Carmen. So the next scene, we have Clifton is talking to Tequila, because he finally tells her that, Joy is his major connection, and I'm assuming she was up under that same rock, where she didn't know that Joy was his major connection, and she seemed like she was a little teary-eyed about it. It was a boring scene as far as I'm concerned, because, girl, come on now. I like Tequila, she's a classy lady, and, you chasing somebody that's chasing somebody else, girl. Come on now. We mature women here, and we ain't doing that, okay? So leave that for the young people, that's chasing love and chasing that feeling of love. You're a mature adult. A blind man could see, Clifton and Joy is doing their thing, and especially once they got into that room and both of them put their bags on the bed, and you see that they're sleeping together, Come on, girl. Get over it, okay? Anyway, they had a very unnecessary conversation, in my opinion, because it was evident, that him and Joy were together. Okay, so Tequila just in her feelings, and she's feeling sorry for herself, so she going outside, and he, Clifton, tries to console her or whatever. But anyway, next, Sabrina, Demetria, and Joy, and Clifton, they have a hot tub scene, where they talking about relationships and, being each other's, significant one, and just they showing a lot of affection, and just talking about, moving forward. Sabrina and Demetrius, kind of bonding a little bit in the hot tub. So that was an interesting scene. Then let's see. Sabrina, I have down here that Sabrina really works my nerves right now, because she's been in this process, and she says had the opportunity to meet with several of the guys, and she still cannot decide. This is episode 10. She still have not decided who she want to be, in a relationship with, or who she want to go forward with. So at this point, Sabrina, you probably should just self-eliminate yourself. I don't know if you're just trying to go to the end of the episodes, or to the end of the event, because and 10 episodes and the time that you spent with different people, You know, I don't understand why you're not sure. It's a yay or nay as far as I'm concerned. It's, you know, when you're trying to find love and you're trying to find the right person for you, you know, you see the red flags, you know what you want to deal with, you're a mature young lady, you know, it's either yay or nay, you know, but playing around trying to find out whether somebody's going to finally come through on the 10th episode, girl, bye. All right, because that's getting on my real nerves. All right, now, next we have Carmen and Donovan. And it looks like they're chatting it up, and you know, this scene where he crawls in the bed with Carmen, you know, in a bunk bed at the bottom, and you know, and they turn the lights out, and they're talking, you know, and Paul turned his lights out, and he's all alone, okay, as he should be, okay. Next scene, we have Tina shows up. Why? We all don't know, honey. She shows up at the 11th hour. She coming there all indecisive, you know, talking about she ain't sure whether she was connected with anybody or did she have any real connections and everything. So I don't even know why she took the drive all the way out there in the country somewhere, you know, to tell everybody, you know, I guess maybe she was contracted or committed to go out there and tell everybody that she wasn't interested or whatever. But you know, she said she wanted to have a talk with Donovan, and Donovan talked to her, and he just basically said, you know, hey, you just deserted the process, and you know, you're not interested in me, clearly, you know. And they asked Paul, did he want to talk to her? And Paul said he passed on that, you know, which he should have, because she had already passed on you anyway, Paul. So y'all was on the same page. Ain't nothing like being on the same page, honey, okay? We see each other, all right? Now, so, like I said, Donovan was looking all stuck. He didn't know, you know, what to do. But in any event, they figured that out and they talked about it, right? And Tina went on her merry way. Next, we have Paul. And he said he cut his losses with Tina, of course, which there was no losses. But he's talking to Carmen, and they chit-chat about it. And Carmen, with her message up before Tina leaves, she did walk out there to be nosy, to find out, you know, what's going on, you know, the kind of rag a girl, you know, coming in here at the last minute, you know, that type of thing. Just being messy and nosy. Another unnecessary scene. But anyway, then the weekend ends, okay? Everybody's going home, going back to their homes and everything. And then we start having a couple of dates. We got Paul and Tequila. They have a date. Now, Paul, he tells Tequila that she's a beautiful gem. I want to use the right words. He said, now, she's a beautiful gem, and anyone that don't see it, you know, is something wrong with them. He said that, you know, she was a lady of quality. I mean, he just singing her praises and everything, right? Well, hopefully Tequila can read through the BS, because why is it that I'm all of a sudden now a precious gem? I was a precious gem, boo, when I walked in the door. You know, she was a classy lady, but you was chasing the young ass, and then you went after Carmen, and you throw Precious to the woods because she didn't want, you know, because she was a little too flirty. So you couldn't decide, you know, you didn't see this precious gem. So far as I'm concerned, if you didn't see the precious gem when I came through the door, act like you don't see the precious gem now, okay? It's all that old better late than never stuff. No, never late, because if I'm valuable to you, you need to see it from the beginning. Don't come grinning up in my face at the end, because we're at the end of the journey, and you know your number's getting ready to come up, you know, to be deleted, because ain't no precious gem, you know? Go on somewhere with that, Paul. But anyway, he tells her she's the whole package. Oh, he just reading her just the rights, and, you know, just looking like a fool as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, they have a date, and she, you know, she absorbed all the compliments and all this good stuff, but for what? Joy and Clifton, that's the next day. They sit and they talk about the weekend, talk about, you know, they feel like they found what they both came for, you know, which, you know, someone that, you know, they could share the same energy, be on the same page, you know, get to know each other. You know, they seem to have a good connection, you know, they love connection or like connection. They didn't like the word like, so I guess they want to say love, you know, slash lack, you know, but they feel like, you know, they're emotionally connected and, you know, attracted to each other, you know, physically. And so they feel like they're a match. And so they are, you know, talking about, you know, they're going to be moving forward, okay? Then we have, let's see, oh, excuse me, brunch with Tommy, because everybody comes together and no one is eliminated this particular time, and they all come together and talk about, where do they go from here. So they have some really serious conversations, and Paul is, singing Tequila's praises and talking about, how she's a good match now. And Carmen, he's trying to throw Carmen up on the bus, and Carmen is fighting back, and her and Tequila throwing sly remarks at each other and that type of stuff, So Tommy is just trying to, calm them down to find out where is everyone on the journey at this point, But it's really nothing going on, as far as Tequila and Paul. If you just now starting to see me as a gem and I've been shining all along, there's nothing there, And so Carmen, you saying that Carmen's not the one now, but now Tequila is the one. Man, go away from me with this, okay? So anyway, Joy and Clifton, tell them about their beautiful journey, the violins are playing and everything. It's just nonsense as far as I am concerned, in my opinion. Tequila says that she don't trust a word that comes out of Carmen's mouth. They go back and forth and all this and everything, and since she's bitter. Tommy says to, ask them, to act mature and to respect one another, okay? They was having a little problem doing that, okay? But in any event, Sabrina says that she still likes Donovan, but she's not sure if he is healed and ready to commit. And she's saying Demetrius is strong, but she can't envision Demetrius being fair, with the submissive business. And Demetrius said, that he's not all hung up on the submissive thing. I think she's dragging it out and taking it a little bit, too far. So, but Donovan says his strongest connection is Carmen at this time, because Sabrina is not showing him any interest, okay? So Tommy talks about being open, having a lot of conversation, coming to the end, trying to finalize everything. Next week, they are going to meet their families, each other's families, and see, how the families interact. So I know I went pretty fast, but that was basically it. They were at the house. They left, and they, interacted with each other. They left the house. You only have 4 couples, so to speak, So you got Donovan and Carmen, supposed to be, now, seeing eye to eye. You have Demetrius and Sabrina, and now you have Paul and Tequila, and then you have Joy and Clifton. So these 4 couples are trying to get on the same page, see if this is a real match, see if this can go any further, and that's basically what's going on. My whole thing is this: what I don't understand about the show is, they need some coaching. The couples need coaching on how to approach this situation. Dating multiple people is different for everybody, and it's not something that most people are accustomed to. So it's not handled very well. And the people, the men and women, they need some coaching, some counseling as they're going forward and make their pick, on who they think, could be in their daily life. You have a person there like Paul. Well, okay, Paul, what do you want? What does looking for love mean to you? What does it mean to be ready to love? What does it mean to pick someone? What are you looking for? If you didn't see Tequila as a gem in the beginning, and she's been the same classy lady from the day one, you didn't appreciate that then what are you looking for? Because you wasn't even thinking about her. So my thing is this, is that the couples and the singles here, I don't think they have a good roadmap or a good plan on how to choose and how to make the right choices. It seems to me they're thrown in here together, and they have a quick try to get to know someone. But I think that in your trying to get to know someone, you need to have a plan. What are you looking for? What type of man you want? What type of woman you want in your life? And if you have that plan and that idea in your head is that what type of person that you want to date to take into the next part of your life, then you don't need to be talking to someone like Tina. There's nothing wrong with Tina, don't get me wrong. But Tequila and Tina are two totally opposites, two total different women. But you were interested in Tina. So how did you come from interested in Tina to being interested in Tequila? Because they are nothing alike. So what's your plan? What type of goal, what type of person that you are looking for that you want in your life? If you are ready to love and you have decided that you are wanting someone special in your life, you need to decide what kind of person fits your life, what you want them to have, what direction you want them to go in, what direction, you know, what do they need to like? Do they need to like to travel, or do they not like to cook at home or eat out? Or are they family oriented? You need to have some idea of what it is that you desire in your life in order for you to be ready to love. Because for me, in my opinion, you are not ready to love if you don't know what you want. Because there's no way in the world that a man that picks Tina can pick Tequila. How can that be when they're two total different women, different type of women? Here's a young woman that's young with a 2-year-old. And here's a mature woman that doesn't have any children. She's a professional businesswoman. And she also knows how to let her hair down and have a good time. How do you come up with both of those on the same page? Make it make sense, and it doesn't make any sense. Same thing with Sabrina. Sabrina she's not sure what she wants, or if she's sure what she wants, she doesn't see it here, and she should have made those decisions early in the game. You know, if Tori wanted her and she didn't want Tori, she should have let him know right away and moved on to Demetrius, because she seemed to always have this desire with Demetrius. But here's Demetrius is, you're a grown man. You're not interested in seeing, giving this girl any attention because she's seeing other people. Well, this is a dating game. Everybody's seeing other people, okay? So it's just not making any sense. And the show, you know, needs a little bit more structure in order for these singles to make the right choice and make the decisions. You know, I'm not saying that people need to walk around with a list, but at 40-something years old, you need to know what it is that you want in your life, what type of love you want, you know, what type of enjoyment that you want in your life from a man or a woman, you know, the type of things you want to do, places you want to live, things, you know, you have to have some type of idea what type of life you want to live when you're looking for love. And if the person doesn't fit that mold, don't waste people's time. Because please don't come to some woman at the 10th episode talking about she's a diamond, she's a gem, and she's shining so bright. But yet you never said anything to her. She wasn't shining that bright then. It's just nonsense to me. But anyway, that was the show. I just wanted to add my little 2 cents to it, because I feel like these couples, these singles, they need some instructions. They need some guidance on, you know, how to pick, you know, how to qualify someone to even be in your life, okay? So when you're meeting people out here in these streets, or you're meeting people wherever you go, or wherever how you date, whether you date online, whether you date, you know, in person, or meet someone at the grocery store, if that person does not qualify or fit your lifestyle or the things that you have a desire for, they're not a match. They're just not ready to love you, and you definitely are not ready to love them. But people entertain people based on how someone look. Oh, she's sexy, he's fine. But you gotta get past looks. You have to, because once the looks is gone, once you pull back the curtain of the looks, what's behind that? Is there any substance in the person? So it needs to be some structure. The show is good, and I like the show. I'm enjoying the show, but we need some structure. We need some guidelines. These people need some guidance, okay? All right, so we're coming down to the end. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in, listening to me rattle on, listening to my wonderful opinion, because you know I got one. Don't forget, I am the author of the book, Are You Dateable? You can get my pen name is Tony Hodge. You can get it on Amazon.com. Go online, get it on, put it in your basket on Amazon. Are You Dateable by Tony Hodge. You might learn something, okay? All right. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, guys, too. See you next week. Bye-bye.